Hello campers, welcome back to Listen I Have an Idea. Today is April the 18th. It is a Wednesday, and that means today's theme is arts and crafts. Today, after the day I had, I'm feeling so creatively drained. I want to boost my creativity, so I have come up with a fun challenge, I guess you could say, for today's video. You guys don't have to do this challenge, but for myself, I thought it would be interesting to try to come up with ideas based off of writing prompts. I follow this page on Instagram called writingprompts.s or something like that. So I'm just going to basically scroll through, close my eyes and click one at random, read it out to you, and then come up with a mini plot of a story based on what I find on here. Let's get started. Okay, ready?
Start at the bottom, scroll down, scroll up a little bit, hope I'm not clicking anything else, scroll down, stop it, and then click right here.
For lack of better candidates, someone's parents jokingly named the Norse god Loki as a child's godfather. Okay, he decides to take this seriously. So for lack of better candidates, someone's parents jokingly named... Okay, so it's a kid whose godfather, I guess, is Loki. So immediately I'm picturing like a kid in a wagon, a little red wagon, and Loki pulling him down the streets. I'm also picturing him doing like on his hands and knees and giving the little kid piggyback rides that way, like little horsey rides or whatever you call it. I'm picturing it more like a comic strip rather than a book. It would be really interesting to see this relationship develop, maybe write it throughout different perspectives in time. So have like a super small segment when the kid is born, when it's like 2, when it's 5, 7, and then maybe a preteen. Maybe Loki teaches him how to drive. That would be kind of cool. That's the first one. I'm gonna do 2 more. Okay, so I'm back on the main page and let's go. I'm gonna scroll down some more.
I'm going to scroll up and right about here.
Okay, so we have, when someone's heart breaks, so does a piece of our world. Aw, this creates fissures, valleys, and even cracks in the pavement. Tell me the story behind the Grand Canyon. Ooh, okay. So immediately I'm picturing a couple in love over time, meaning they're reincarnated, and every single time that they meet, they somehow can't be put together. So say they meet when they're like Neanderthals or something. They meet, one falls off a cliff, and that can't happen. So a little part of the Grand Canyon cracks open. They meet maybe 100, 500 years later. I don't know timelines at all, but they meet during like Cleopatra's time. That would be interesting. And one is like rich royalty and one's a maid. That would be really interesting because they couldn't be together because of the social statuses. And then so it causes another rift. But then they meet several times over the course of their lives in different parts. And that would be so interesting. So every single time the Grand Canyon grows bigger, but then they meet and they fall in love and they are about to get married and they walk down the aisle. But the moment that they get there, the husband has a heart attack and dies, and the wife is so crushed that she physically cannot move on and decides to kill herself. And that is what created the largest gap in the Grand Canyon. And you don't hear another peep from the 2 souls because that was the last straw. They can no longer be together. Their hearts and their souls are so far apart that they will never find each other again. They're on opposite sides of the Grand Canyon and they will never be able to meet again. I'm gonna scroll down even more.
I'm gonna go here. No, I'm gonna go
There, okay. So 2 people running away from a blind arranged marriage in which one is supposed to marry the other, meet on a road by coincidence and fall in love with each other. Oh, this is so sweet. So immediately I'm thinking like a royalty romance. So I'm picturing the guy being like a pauper and the girl being a princess. Where could they meet? Maybe, I wouldn't want them to meet at a bar. Maybe a hospital. Maybe the princess is visiting a friend who's in the hospital. Very low-key, security guards are maybe at the front of the building. So she enters, the guy is going to visit his sick grandmother in the hospital. They each turn the corner and they bump into each other. They were arranged to marry because the king and queen wanted the princess to marry somebody from their country. That way the people see it as strong and I don't know, something about that. He cracks a joke, she smiles, and then they go their separate ways, and maybe they bump into each other at a restaurant or something later on. I wouldn't want them to fall in love in the first meeting. I'd want to do it several meetings afterwards, but that's exactly what I would do for that one. That is going to be it for today's video. Normally I would find a prompt and actually write something based on it, but I thought this would be good to get ideas based off of prompts. This is how I formed some of my ideas for some of my stories. I would just scroll through these prompts and I would think about the direction that I would take it. That's it for today. If you guys want to partake and you find a couple of writing prompts online, send them my way. I would love to see them. You can direct message me or just tag me in it on Instagram if that's where you find them. And if you have any preferred writing prompt websites, please let me know in the comments down below. Tomorrow's going to be Cabin Crew Day, but don't forget that I have Theme Day coming up. So if you have any suggestions for things that you would like to see me do or talk about, please let me know in the comments down below and I will see you then. Okay, take care guys. Happy writing. Bye.